breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page lie, it's about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Well, there'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells you, friend, Mike, he's your man. And he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
All right, good morning, everybody. What is going on? We are live here in sunny Oldsmar, Florida. I see our crew. What's up? Let me flip up the old camera here. And there we are. We're live. Me and Louie. You were first today. He was giving me the most love today. The farther the years go back, the more happy he is. And he's a very happy dog. All right, so hey, good morning. Welcome to the Daily Brew here, Mike's Weather Page. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. We'll ramble on for about an hour. I don't know how we do it. It goes by so quick. Yeah, a lot of Texas folks. So, hey, what's up, Texas? Every time we get a different storm in a different part of the country, we start seeing fans that pop in from that area. So we definitely got Texas. Unfortunately, Louisiana is watching as they are. I think they got a state of emergency, I read, because of the flood potential coming. That's not anything those folks want to see, no doubt. But we're going to go over everything. Nothing's official, by the way. We're just amateur meteorologist site. If you need official information, make sure you click on National Weather Service or your National Hurricane Center. And I have all those links on my site. All the great links out there. So yeah, everybody dragging a little bit. We got Monday Morning Blues. Been trying. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, I got YouTube rolling. Big thanks, of course, to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Hopefully, if you live in Florida, you frequent them. They are all over the state here. And they've been family born and raised. Largest family-owned liquor store in the state of Florida. So we appreciate their support. For some reason, they tuned into our Drunk Donkey world about 3 years ago, and all the corporate folk like us. So cheers to them. Cheers to the CEO, the CFOs, and the CDBs, O's, and Do's, and Edos, and all them people. All the big wigs. Of course, my buddy Sean over there. All right, so what the heck is going on? Let me see. Well, the hurricane hunters are in there right now. Let's take a look at that. The storm is very sloppy, okay? First and foremost, the storm is sloppy. Pressures are dropping. Very strong wind shear on the south and the southwest. Somebody's snoring, Johnny. Yep. All right, we're going to put Louie down. We're going to show your brother now, okay? You okay with that, buddy? All right, say goodbye. So the storm has had a little bit of an eye-like feature earlier today. Now, listen, the effects are the same. We got a little bit deepening system. It's 1,000 millibar. Hurricane Hunter's just found 1,000, so it's on its way. It could reach minimal hurricane if this thing stays over water longer. So high-end tropical storm, low-end hurricane, winds, 70, 75, 80, who knows, but the rain is the big thing, and we're going to talk about that. So what everybody's talking about online, we can kind of see it with radar scope here. It's kind of neat. We had a definitely low-level circulation earlier here, and you could see it right off the Brownsville radar. It was right here, and it's kind of now, watch these storms up here. So, and Hunter's down for the count. So that's what is happening. The storm is experiencing shear, and we might be seeing a new vorticity spin. So this is the middle level, and you can kind of start to see it wrapping a little bit here. So we could have a new center location happening before our eyes. Not a huge deal, except it's bringing conditions quicker because the storm's moving a little bit quicker. The second thing is, if this thing continues in a quicker forward speed, then those high accumulations that they were worried about could come down a little bit. However, the NHC is still using the word 20. Do you believe that? 120 inches, man. I mean, so this Hunter is about 12 inches. So it'd be over your head, buddy. You would have to swim. So anyway, so that's what we're watching, and you kind of see it. It's kind of cool. I mean, you can definitely see a little bit of new spin going on here around possibly this area. So that's what we're watching. This is where they flagged it from the NHC earlier, and now we're looking at that. And the last advisory here was at 4 a.m. Central Daylight Time, and there you go. And we'll have a new one at 10 o'clock Central Daylight Time. So we'll put you down. I have to focus. Emily thinks he's ugly. I don't know. I think he's pretty damn cute if you ask me. Look at that. He could be my... we're big Darcy Lynn fans. Petunia. He could be my Petunia. We could put a little string right here and we could make him talk. All right, so you can see where the latest fix was on the NHC. So we're going to see if they have a new center fix possibly at 10 o'clock. Central Daylight Time. So no big changes. We do have hurricane watches up in pink. That's because this thing at the last second can get a little stronger. Not anything more than a low Cat 1. Doesn't have enough time to do that. We do have storm surge warnings. And we also have tropical storm warnings extend. Let's pull it up here. So, tropical storm warnings extend past Houston area. Here's the latest graph. Remember, pink is hurricane watch, not a warning. Watch means you could have a hurricane. Remember the difference of a watch? A watch is when you have the ingredients, like a taco, right? That was the best graphic on the planet ever. So a watch means you have the shell, the cheese, the meat, and the sour cream, right? The warning is when it's all put together and you have a taco. So we just have the ingredients for possibly hurricane. But listen, 70 mile an hour, 75 mile an hour, 80 mile an hour. You get the idea. We're in a little window here. Biggest thing is rain. Let's talk about the rain here in a second. But we'll see. If we get a little track change, I don't know what it might make a little more effects possibly towards Louisiana, but it's farther north, meaning less time over water. So this thing's going to make landfall today. There's no doubt. This is 1 o'clock Central Daylight Time. This is 1 a.m. tonight. So it's going to make landfall today. And if we do see a track change, it would be, a little bit more on the east side of the cone. But, that's that. Let's take a look at the hurricane hunters real quick. Let's make sure we're streaming, by the way. Should be streaming live, I hope. Are we live? We are live. Cool. Cool. I had to change some graphics, but in case you're on YouTube, welcome. Big thanks to Universal Roof Contractor. We're going to hook up and have lunch Thursday. Talk about Florida. Hopefully no storms for Florida. All my Florida peeps are watching this close. We're going to talk about this one here in a little bit. But all right, so here's the latest graphics. This is pretty cool. Let's take a look at the official rain maps here. All right, first and foremost, here's your rain. Important thing to note here, we're not seeing the pink 15 to 20. Now, the NHC did say that we could see pockets of 20 inches possible, so don't get too secure. Don't get too I don't know the word. Don't get too comfortable. Still can see some pretty big rain. This is 10 to 15 inches just outside of Houston. Anything red, 10 to 15. But the important thing is Louisiana. We got 6 to 10 inches. The thing you got to remember with this kind of stuff, these aren't your rain training bands. We could definitely see higher pockets of rain as these squall lines come in. So these are more like your concentrated areas of rain. We can definitely see pockets more than that. But the good news is it's going a little faster. And here's the latest Euro. Let's show you what it's showing as far as rains. Here's Wednesday morning. So, it's still showing heavy rain north into Texas, and then a curve through Louisiana. This is through Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So anything purple could be a foot plus on the latest Euro. So wherever this thing decides to come in, we see a little track change to the east, and all this heavy stuff obviously shifts a little east with it. So, Euro's still predicting a foot plus into Louisiana through Wednesday night. GFS is the latest 6Z, a little less, but still showing possibly a foot of rain here wherever it makes impact. So there you get the idea. There's big rain. It's coming Tuesday, Wednesday, and then lingers into Thursday. I guess we can look at some wind gusts. I mean, luckily we're not talking about anything too strong. But maximum wind gusts here from the Euro, nothing too severe, which is good. So that's, rain event. Rain. Complacent, Faith. Great word. What's up, Bill in Lauderdale? How's camper holding up? What's up, Brooke? Appreciate you. Texas. So yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the hurricane hunters. All right, here's the latest real maps from the NEC2 I need to show. So we got, a storm surge, 3 to 5 foot max. Port O'Connor to San Luis Path, 2 to 4 foot all the way to Louisiana. So, the places that normally get storm surge, definitely take a look at this. We got storm surge warning up for a big chunk of Texas there, 3 to 5 foot. If this thing for some reason intensifies 10 miles an hour more than they expect, we could see this maybe bump to 4 to 6 foot. It would all depend on it would take pretty quick pressure drops because it's only going to have maybe 12 hours or so before landfall. So these things need more time to develop. Now, this is the concerning graphic. All right. Very rare that they issue pink, a high risk of flash flooding. Okay. There was a graphic I put out earlier. I'll show you here in a second. But this is, daily, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning. This stretches in Louisiana, and then Thursday, through Wednesday morning, day 3. No, they had a typo here. So here's day 2 through Wednesday morning, day 1. Obviously, what we're looking at now. This should say Thursday morning, day 3 through Thursday. So NHC, they need more coffee down there. But that's 3 days. We got today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to worry, with Thursday a little bit lightening up. But here's the graphic I wanted to share with you. This one was kind of interesting. This was put out by National Weather Service out of Houston this morning, and it kind of gives everybody a hint here of what pink means. I didn't really realize what pink meant either, but here you go. So, high risk flood, what does it mean? It says it's a big deal. It said it's only issued on less than 4% of the days of the year. That means only a couple days a year we get high risk. Sort of what we saw with Ida when it went through Pennsylvania, northeastward through New York, New Jersey. We had high risk flooding. So that's what they're worried about. 2 to 5 all deaths happen. All flood related deaths happen 2 out of 5 with high flood risk. Almost all flood related damages. 9 out of 10 flood related damages occur under these high flood risk issues here with the light pink. So if you're in that area, it's a big deal. They're warning you. This is a big deal. So if you're in an area that's prone to flooding here, that's a large area. We got a lot of precipitous water in the sky, and flooding's always nobody wants. It's like the wind gets all the love, like on the media. Everybody loves the wind and the wind speed, and it's like the flooding is what ends up being the money, the damages, and unfortunately deaths. So the flooding is a big deal. Nobody wants to talk about flooding. It's not that exciting. We need to make it sexy somehow or something. Give it a little love. But so anyway, we're gonna talk about everything else. Promise. Let's look at live radar real quick. Louis, come here. I don't like it when Louis is sniffing the ground. Come here. Hey, Louis. I have a bad feeling he's going to leave us a little present. Yeah, let's take a look at the towns. Lambs, great question, because I don't know the Texas geography very well. It's north of Corpus Christi. Let's superimpose radar over that. How about that? And we can take a look. Let's go to our Google radar on WTSP.com. Remember the commercials.com? Big Louie gonna make a duty. I bet he is. I've learned. Look at this band of rain already. Remember last night we were showing this radar here. Look at that flood. Look at that. Now you know why. There's Corpus Christi. That's that surge of moisture going north. So, technically we could say possibly Galveston, definitely Freeport. I don't think I got a marker on this one, but I could if I did this. So here's kind of the high risk area right here, kind of Freeport, definitely Freeport. So probably Galveston. This area right here is pink. So we got Bay City, Port Lavaca, if I said it right, Freeport. These are all the areas in the Sea Drift. So, south of Galveston, Freeport's the big city. So definitely they are in the high risk, these little towns right here. So I'm sure we got folks watching. We got anybody in this area here? Freeport, Surfside, Oyster Creek, Jones Creek, Lake Jackson. This unfortunately are areas that are in that high risk of flooding today and tomorrow. So we'll be watching that close today. All right, let's see what else is going on. Let's take a look at the hurricane hunter. So there we go. There's that high risk. What do they call it? High risk. Yeah, high risk of flooding. So big story. We'll watch it today. All right, we showed that graphic. Let's take a look at the hurricane hunters. They just found 1,000 millibar pressure. So what they are thinking is that we still got a low pressure down here by Brownsville. They found it. So that area up here is not showing up really yet as low level. So technically we still got center right here at the tip of Texas, 1,000 millibar. If you look at the wind maps, very well signature here on the 850 surface here. But here's what we got. 500 millibar, if this thing is accurate, 500 millibar could be setting up northeast of where the hurricane hunters are finding the low. See, well, it's not. It's kind of stacking up now. These are kind of fresh. So it's changing quick. That's what the hurricane hunters just posted too. They're like multiple vorticities are the weather. The weather nightmares is trying to find what the wind shear down there. I mean, but look at this. Even though we got wind shear, check out this. I mean, it's bubbling no matter what. We got some serious convection. Weather nerds. There we go. Here's weather nerds. So regardless of anything, and this is going to refire. This is what it does. These systems pulse. They do their big flare up, take a little break, they do it again, take a little break, do it again. So there's a new flare up of convection. This is Texas, tip of Texas right here, Mexico and Texas. So we're getting that new big flare up, kind of where they think the new center could be setting up. We'll see. But currently NAC still got it down here. So doesn't change much. I mean, obviously, you get 70-mile-an-hour winds by the center. You're going to get some wind regardless. Now, listen, another threat here. Another thing we got to talk about, tornadoes. Here's your marginal risk. We got marginal slight risk of tornadoes today along parts of Texas. That's because, look, 5%. There'll be a tornado watch later today, guaranteed. All right, so where everybody's talking about flooding, you got to talk about tornadoes. And the SPC will probably issue a tornado watch based on this later today. I updated this too. These are some cool direct links this year. They've been doing a lot better, doing more individualized offices with the National Hurricane Center, with the National Weather Service local offices. And so if you could pick on your area here, Houston, Lake Charles, Corpus Christi, Brownsville, Austin, San Antonio. The threat impact map we use a lot is really cool because you can zoom into your particular area and see actual threats you might be seeing with the storm. So currently, let's take a look at this. This is wind threats, and here we go. Obviously, south of Corpus Christi stretches inland just west of Houston. 58 to 73 mile-an-hour winds. Storm surge threat. Here we got that already covered with what was happening. Now the flooding rain, obviously, extreme flooding rain in the purple. And you can zoom this map, which is great. So major flooding rain, unfortunately, all the way into Louisiana. So that's why we have a state of emergency in Louisiana, because of this threat of flooding rain through, all the way close to New Orleans here. And then tornadoes. This is often not talked about enough, but here we go. We got a decent shot for tornadoes all the way through Lake Charles, Lafayette, getting close to places that were hit with Ida. There's, New Orleans, obviously, but looks like right to Morgan City. So some of the areas just got hit with Ida. You're going to have a tornado threat throughout the day as our squall lines set up. Houston's included in that. So just remember that. Let's take a look at radar. And Louis sure is sniffing. Louis! Louis! He's going to leave me a present. Feed should not be going in and out. Could be a Facebook thing. Water temp, very hot. Derek, let's take a look at that. I'm going to take a look at radar real quick. Then we'll look at water temps. Water temps are very hot. They haven't had any storms per se, obviously, in the Texas coast, so they got upper 80s. So the heat potential map is definitely pretty hot. Pretty good chance for. So here's. How if I get a little closer to that? Let's get Texas here. Let's see. Go, hey, Louis, where's your brother at? Your brother's being bad. That's about as big as we can get it. That's Texas South Central. Hold on. Try one more time. We're going to zoom into Texas. Texas. All right. A little closer. Anyway, here's what we got. I mean, it's a lot of rain out there. But here we go. This is today, noon, 11. You can see it spiraling in later this afternoon, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. There it's spinning. This is tonight, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. You know, classic tropical system starting to turn a little bit. This is overnight tonight. Big heavy rains. Houston overnight, 3 in the morning, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. There's a tail. What I wanted to show you with this is these squall lines. You know, these are what produce strong storms off of that Gulf of Mexico. That's why we have tornado chances. So we will have a tornado watch up today for somewhere down here as these squalls come in off of the Gulf of Mexico. And then tomorrow, there's that big heavy rain. It opens up a little bit, but look at this. It's 7 a.m. tomorrow and opens up towards Louisiana. So the only good news is this. If it is moving a little quicker, maybe we won't see that huge accumulation. You can see it also on the NHC map here. They've opened up their timeline a little bit. Yesterday they were showing a little more chance that we would have about a 24, 40, 36 hour window here of not much movement. Opened up a little bit, so the rain chances have come down a eeny weeny bit. Don't get complacent. Word of the day. I've ruined your dream, Betsy. Oh, the only thing I would hate living on the water would be red tide. Here comes Louis. Did something. I bet you he did something over there bad. All right, so all right, let's look at water temps, and then we'll stretch over to other parts of the tropics. So again, this is one of them deals. You watch things in real time. Radar is your friend. You know, we got. Looks like the hurricane hunters are still finding center here. There's talk that we could see a little bit of shift here if that mid-level takes over. That's kind of where we're seeing the most convection right now. So you know, that's very common. Of A developing system, and B, a sloppy system that's being sheared. Remember, there's a lot of wind shear coming in from the south, wrapping around this system, helping ventilate it, makes it look sexy on satellite, but there is a little bit of wind shear. But now we're getting some new pop in here, so you know, you get these big pops, and then a drop, and then a big pop, and a drop. We can make a rap song. Pop, drop. But Tropical Tidbits has all the stuff on there. I got it linked, of course. We love Levi. There's a bazillion websites, but we promote his. We love him and Weather Nerds. So, all right, water temps real quick, and then we'll get on with it. Rest of the tropics. Here's the water temps. Hot water, obviously, is orange. Satellite waters are. We can take a look at the Gulf here real quick. Kind of see the cool water here. This was Ida. Obviously, this side, with the east side, was the side that sucked up all the hot water. But there, you know, plenty of hot water. So temperatures are definitely smoking. Let's look at one last little graphic here. This is a weekly updated live look. So this is your anomaly map, which is kind of cool to look at. This shows you that because of Fred, Elsa, Ida, cooler than normal waters, but as far as temperatures go, we are 87, 87.3, 87, 87, 80. So it's got a lot of hot water. This is definitely add into the moisture, this hot water just is like a huge enabler for thunderstorms to build and juice. So that's why we got all this moisture coming. And then look over here. This is where Ida was. Look at 83. That's a huge 4 degrees difference. 83. Now Hunter's over there. I always let the dogs out after we do the live. I never thought I'd be that person that got into a routine, right? So 5:30 alarm goes off. I start doing tropics. Let the dogs out. Give them water. Go through all this. Get Sarah on the bus. Do our live. Let the dog out. They always take a leak at 10:30. Same amount of water every day. So if they peed over there, then someone's going to pay. Hey, Dennis. Yeah, you're right. 86, 88. They're right. 100%. 87. All right. Terry Overstreet. Puppy prizes. Yeah. What's up, Chris? Morning, man. Tarpon Springs. What's up? MJO, Jose. Hey, what's up, Richard Sanford? How you doing, buddy? Doing good. Dogs love routines. I know. My buddy Dominic Morrow, good buddy of mine. I haven't talked to him in years. Big home builder down in Northport. You know, Windermere Homes. If you live down in Northport and you Windermere Homes, I'm really good friends with the owner. But he always said dogs. He said people are like dogs. People love routines. Susan, yeah, my ideal water temp is 88. I swear to God, if it's 86, I feel cold, and if it's 90, it's hot. So 88. 88. All right, so threat of tornadoes. We got the rain. We got, let's look at long-range rain. So let me just ask from Tennessee. Then I'm going to close some windows, and we're going to talk about the rest of the tropics. Let me close everything out because we've only lost Chrome one time this season, Shelley. How's old Sandy Hoff doing too, by the way? We got things working out, man. Sandy and Shelley have become like tag teaming. Double trouble. Double trouble. All right, let's take a look at Tennessee rains. Well, let's take a look at the United States map here. This is kind of give you an idea. So there's our storm. Euro showing, 997. This thing, I'm telling you, it's 1,000 millibar now. It's got about 12 hours maybe over water, possibly, unless that center relocates, but then it goes a little more to the east. So it's got doesn't have more than a day. If it drops to 995, it could definitely make a run at Category 1. There's no doubt. Especially if it ticks to the east a little bit. But that wind shear is going to be strong. All right, so here's your rains. So we got this approaching front, right? Look at this. This is so cool. There's your approaching frontal line. That's what's pulling our system to the north. Do you remember a week ago, there's a little bit of rain through Tennessee. This is through the weekend, Friday. So here is Friday morning. So maybe a little lingering rains into Tennessee. Euro still has it hanging around Thursday, though. That's why Louisiana's got a little question mark as how much rain you're going to get. That's why, flooding rain's not good. We saw the flood. We saw the rains, what Ida did. We saw a lot of areas flood with Ida. Let's take a look at Louisiana and let's look at what kind of rain they might get. Because Louisiana got hit with rain. And I got some of that flooding on camera. So there you go. This is the Euro. This is through Friday. But look at those little pockets of rain. I mean, whether it verifies or not, purple is 12 inches basically. So there could be some areas even into Mississippi. There is a state called Mississippi, by the way. Mississippi folk always get mad at me. They're like, don't you ever talk about us? That was years ago. Now I do all the time. How's our buddy over there. Is old Greg in there today? Greg, did you see I went to Lowe's yesterday and I saw a freaking pallet of your generators. I got so excited I almost hugged them. So anyway, could be a chance of some heavy rain we got to really keep an eye on. Everybody blew off the Euro yesterday. They said it was an anomaly, but it keeps showing the same thing. And remember, those Harvey numbers, we're not talking Harvey numbers now, but everybody blew off the potential of those numbers, even though the models are predicting it. So you never want to not know the possibility of something, especially when we've seen it happen before. So here's a GFS, a little less rain, but it's also it's inching up there now. So there's something to think about. All right. So we covered all that really good. So we're watching in real time. One last look here, and then we'll go to other stuff. Here's a visible satellite. Let's see if we can see the bubble. So NHC's pegged center somewhere around here with the latest recon. Some of this bigger convection is the question mark. And if that was the case, it would end up going a little more to the east. So the next update will be in about 35-40 minutes, and we'll see what the NHC says. How about that? All right. So the rest of the tropics, let's look at this real quick. All right. So Carolina, this little sucker we've been talking about for a while. There's a good chance we could see some tropical low come out of this thing. But all the models are pretty much showing this. There's a little bit of chance we could see some impact more to South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. This would be like Thursday, Friday of this week coming up. NHC's at 50%. You can see it on the satellite, what it looks like. It's this little area right here. Let's see, where do they actually pin it now? The low. It's just a big old mess. They're doing it right north of Hispaniola. So pretty much this is it. This whole general sloppy mess right here is what they're predicting could form and possibly impact the East Coast. So it's all tied to upper level low. Models are kind of showing it. Let's take a look at that real quick on tropical tidbits. But definitely, if you live or you got plans on the East Coast. Now look at the latest. So let's go back real quick. So the latest GFS shows a 994 making impact. Now we didn't look at the H-Wharf. H-Wharf doing a good job. 990. This is middle Texas. So again, upper end tropical storm, possibly lower end hurricane. HMON 991. So, very important to look at this though is this eastern side. Center is here, but look, all this juice, kidney bean, right? All this stuff is heading to the east. So if you're in Louisiana, you're probably wondering why they keep talking about Louisiana when this thing's supposed to hit Texas. Well, because it's a sheared system, and we have so much wind shear coming in from the let's see, this might be a better one. This is a little better. So we got all this wind shear wrapping around here and blowing basically upper level winds towards Louisiana. But there's a little pocket right now. So wow, you watch. This is gonna sneak up there about 990 ish, not low 990s. It'll make a run at a hurricane. All right. So this little guy. All right, let's take a look at the models. Let's go back to GFS. See what it shows. So this is for the Carolina system. So we're going to talk about the Carolina system and what you got. Because we got people that live on the Outer Banks. My daughter loves the Outer Banks. She wants to go to the Outer Banks because of that dang stupid show, man. I'll go see my buddy Ricky Carnoodle. Anybody know Ricky Carnoodle? Carnoodle, actually, not Carnoodle. All right, so here's what we got. So here's the latest GFS. There's a little bit of close. Man, what the hell is going on with my phone, man? Turn the freaking ringers off. So here's a little bit of closed isobar. This is Thursday morning. See, here you go. That's the GFS. So right off the coast, you know, we got this front. The same front that's picking up Nicholas is probably going to push whatever the same direction. So it all depends on how close it gets there. So anyway, latest GFS not showing much. Could be a little higher surf as it approaches. Here's the 00Z right off the coast again. So the GFS isn't showing much for maybe the Outer Banks. This would be Thursday. So if you got plans, Thursday into Friday could be rainy. Canadian has been a little bit more kind of sloppy going towards the Carolina. This is Friday. Weak low pressure, you know, more impacts for Carolina, Virginia, Delaware as it goes up. So, you know, chance, right? Weak though, nothing organized, but sloppy for Friday. So keep that in mind. That's the extreme western outlier. Here's the icon, and the icon really, 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 really close to the Carolinas Friday. So, we're not looking at anything severe yet. I mean, we're going with model consistency. Could be some rains Thursday, Friday, but majority are keeping it. And it's not an invest right now, so I don't think. We just got Invest 95 out there, though, so we're going to talk about that next, and then we'll be done. I started watching Cocaine Cowboys. I think that's what it was called. Hey, Callie, I'm sure it has nothing to do with the show. Remember months ago? Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up, Greg Montgomery? Talk about our cruise, man. Are you excited about our cruise? Hey, listen, I love Lowe's, man. So, you know, I'm a big NASCAR guy, right? And we grew up at Charlotte Speedway, and Lowe's took them over. Now, it's not Lowe's Speedway anymore, but, yeah, man, I love Lowe's. We got our cruise coming up in March. Greg's going to be on it. We're going to be a bunch of drunk donkeys. We really invite all of our weather family after this season. It'll be in March. 7 days, Mardi Gras. I'm so looking forward to meeting everybody. We got a lot of fans going, activities planned every day. It's going to be a great time. I got a link on the page. Make sure you check it out. Shelly's going, Sandy's going, Phil's going. So if anything, it'll be 4 of us partying it up. But no, it's going to be great. I can't wait. Greg's bringing a generator so he can power the ship. He said he's going to prove how powerful his generators are, and he's going to power the Mardi Gras on one generator, just one. All we need is an ice maker. That's all we need. All right. Last but not least, Invest 95. Do we have tropical tidbits yet? Not yet. His takes a little bit longer to get going. But we got Invest 95. So here's Invest 95. This little guy, all right, let's go. So here's the spaghetti models on Invest 95. Now, this is a trend. Look, this has been a trend with a lot of models. I don't want the folks here in the Caribbean to take their eyes off it. Just pointing out that the trends have been a little north. Now, the other trend is this. High pressure comes into play. And there's also talk of a TUT. Basically, the jet stream is going to be maybe a little powerful to maybe weaken our system. A lot of question marks. Bottom line is this. We got Invest 95. It's a low rider. These typically have a history of being able to make the trek a lot easier than other systems. They don't get influenced much by dust or the cooler waters. So you have a lot of dust and dry air up here, and you have cooler waters. So it rides under it. Larry had a pretty cool pocket of cold water that it's going to miss. So it's got, halfway decent favorable conditions to develop. We haven't looked at the dust map in a while. Let's take a look. Somebody asked about the MJO. So blue is kind of in an enhanced stage here. It's not suppressed. So we kind of are in a neutral type style MJO, by the way, through pretty much this time of the year, the MJO seems like it settles down a lot, but we are in a more of a favorable condition for MJO. This velocity potential, unfortunately, going into October, it's showing favorable here, which could mean because of La Nina too that we're going to see an active October. But talk about that later. So the dust map is here. Let's take a look at that. So as these systems come across, let's stop it right there. Boom. So this actually doesn't have any at all right now. Normally this dust is pretty heavy, but it's not right now. So that's good news for our system, or for it, not for. I never say good meaning like I want it to happen. A tut, T-U-T-T. Say tut. Hold your tongue out and say tut. But anyway, this is our current wave, Invest 95, and we're gonna watch it close as it scoots across the Atlantic. So not a lot of dust right now. Healthy conditions. Look at that. Didn't even notice that. Didn't even look at it today. Because it's so far away. There's no point in getting too worked up over these yet. But it's pretty healthy looking. It's got spinach. Got plenty of spinach. Got good convection. So we'll be watching it. Let's look at the models. Long range. Let me close out some things here. Let's take a look at some models. Let's look at the latest GFS here. Take a look what it does. So we're watching. Doesn't even show it. There it comes. And there we go. So again, time frame has been very, 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 very consistent. A couple days ago, I was saying the 20th right here, but it's more like 19th. But I say ish. That way it gets me out of being wrong. So our wave here will be there this weekend, the 19th. Long ways away to watch this one. This is Invest 95. It shows it as a hurricane. Now, this is where we start looking at the atmosphere, and you start looking for weaknesses, right? There's a weakness. How strong is the high pressure? These are all things that will determine whether or not this gets pulled to the north or not. So let's go to the Euro at the same timestamp. There it is. Almost the exact placement, right? Look at GFS, Euro. A little more to the north. Let's look at other things in the atmosphere. GFS showing a little more high pressure building in here. Euro, a little more lower pressure right here. All right, let's look at Canadian. There it is. So high confidence that we're going to see that wave somewhere here around the 19th and 20th. 19th. Icon doesn't go out that far, but it does get me close, and there it is. Starts to pull up, actually. All right, so there's the 19th. All right, a couple things to note. Two things. Peter's going to be a real Richard. We go to Dick's Sporting Goods a lot. Interesting though. Look at this. All right, so here is our Carolina disturbance, right? This is next Sunday. So our system is definitely reacting to whatever our Carolina system does. Question is, how fast does the high pressure build back in? Remember yesterday we were showing this possibility of a bump high and then maybe a bump low as high pressure comes in. So this is going to be a big influence. That there is this here. So something to watch. I mean, we love watching the steering currents, right? So when this thing comes over here like this over the weekend, you know, is that enough to influence it? Or will it make a little bump and go back? All right, so let's close it. Let's go back to the Euro. All right, let's see what the Euro shows. Euro shows a weaker Carolina system. Let's go back to high pressures and low pressures. I need a coffee break. What's up, John Ferguson? Uh-oh, no politics. Unless you're talking low pressure. Blue on this map means low pressure. Hey, Whitney, where do you need Wayne? Wayne. Where do you need Wayne at? What if Odette was married to Tom Bodette? Odette Bodette. That's a good one. I used to stay at the Motel 6. Oh, my God. That was before we got our camper. I think we stayed at a Motel 6 that was so bad. Like, scary bad. Oh, Coastal Carolina? Whitney? Yeah, well, hopefully this will bring you some rain then. You're going to need to root for the CMC. What's up, Mike Rogers? Get benched. What's that? Is that Green Bay? All right, cool. Oh, yeah, let's take a look at linemen real quick. Let's see what we got. Let's see what the current power outages is at. I know they're working their butts off. We got Tammy up there with her OSR working hard. We are at 116,000. So don't want to say that's good news, but it's good news. We're almost under 100,000. 116,000 still without power. Still a lot of people, though. It's been almost 2 weeks now, right? Or 2 weeks now. So 2 weeks for a lot of folks. 116,000. Look at now we got Texas now. I wonder if this is related to yeah, you can kind of start to see it. Look, 4,000. So we got 12,000 people without power in Texas, and this is all coastal areas probably feeling a little bit of Nicholas. All right, so long range. All right, so here's the 19th. Let's take a look at what the Euro thinks. So what we're going to watch here, a couple things. We're going to watch this high pressure. Does it build back in? Does it follow that? Does it dissipate? Little pull to the north, and that only goes out 10 days. Shows a weakening. There is some confusion out there why these models are showing a weakening. Main thing to note, though, is it's there. And that would be 10 days from now. You know, does high pressure build back in? Too far to know. GFS kind of showing the same weakening, but then it kind of builds it. We get all kinds of craziness 300 hours out. So important thing to note is that it gets it awfully close to the islands. 21st here, and then we'll keep an eye on it. It's really impossible to get too worked up past too many days right now. I mean, typically you don't see systems stop and go straight north. So the main thing that we're talking about is that the 19th and 20th, Invest 95 is going to be right here, and I don't really take much stock in the long range models yet, because our high pressure is pretty strong out there. Here's the 9-day Euro, 10-day Euro, 12-day Euro, 13-day Euro. The majority of them show recurve. A couple of them sneak it in a little more. But like I said, main thing is 7 days a week from now. Slow turn here, 7 days. This would be the 20th right here. A little bit of sign of maybe something outside of the Carolinas. GFS showing similar. Let's take a look at that. And kind of scatters them everywhere. But the main thing is this with the GFS. A little bit of pull to the north. There's a 20th. And then, we got a few going west, so still a long way out. Now, cool thing about us having an Invest now, we do have ensembles also on Weather Nerds. You can get a good look here. The 5-day Euro, 5-day GFS So the important thing to note is that we are seeing a little bit of bend north. We'll see if that holds true or not. A lot of doubters out there worried about getting too confident this early in the game because we all remember Florence. Tim, yeah, well, fish have feelings too, and especially folk in Bermuda. Hey, don't forget about us. All right, so we're watching Hurricane Hunters live here in Tropical Tidbits. We'll keep an eye on it during the day. Effects are the same. Rain, rain, rain. Big bands are already setting up out there. You can see them on the radar. It's coming. Radar's your best friend today. You know, all this moisture, man, is coming. Look at how that is all coming north. Whoops. And let's go back over here to Houston radar. It's not really picking it up yet. But global spaghetti models? Yeah, we can show you that. So, yeah, spaghetti models. I like spaghetti models. SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs are good. Probably not very healthy for you. All right, here's the 20th. These are your GFS and SpaghettiOs. These are all individual ideas of where our system could be and how big it could be. But here's the 20th. Invest 95. And, you know, there's a couple of them getting close to the coast, East Coast. A couple of them, you know. Some show that, some show that. All depends on that high and how this low and affects things, but it's impossible this part out. And if you can kind of get an idea too, like, look, so here's this. Here's the so the NHC, well, obviously the NHC said that Nicholas was going to go here, so you know, but they're thinking, at least right now, is going back to weather nerds. You know, here's the 15 degrees line, a little north. Here's 15 north. You know, here's 15 here. So, you know, NHC is keeping a little bit more lower than the models. And I think there's a lot of history is involved with this more than anything. Based on where it's here is why they're considering it to be maybe a little more low rider based on history. But we'll see, man. Radar scope, nope, you got to pay radar scope. I just got billed today. It's $14.99 a month. I think I'm getting screwed. I think I got 2 accounts. I don't know how to figure that out. I remember buying it on one phone one time, and then I think I bought the year for $100. But I ain't gonna worry about it. Not in tropical season. I just have multiple accounts. I got a backup account. But we do have storms, though. Look at this. This is tomorrow. Or actually, tomorrow's here. Tomorrow. Look, we still have storm threat tomorrow from Nicholas. Look. Still going to have tornado threats, storm threats tomorrow as our system slides east. That's why Louisiana is watching close. Coastal hugger. What other cool maps can I show? I don't know. I guess we can look at some wind reports here. What's going on the coast here, Texas. Nothing too strong right now. 31, sustained. So we got, you know, decent winds along the coast here. 40 mile an hour gusts here not too long ago. 30 mile an hour sustained, 31. So it's definitely windy along the Gulf Coast. Let's go to Twitter real quick and take a look what we got going on. Oh my God, look at this. Manatees. Oh my jeez. Matt DeVite. Or DeVit. Is it DeVit or Vite? Look at those manatees. That's crazy. Oh, did you look at that? Oh yeah, look at that. Shay Gibson. He just posted that. So they give a free product out. We were just on his site too, by the way. So when there's a named storm, Wind Alert activates a free version of their site to where you can see this stuff, which is great, without being a paid supporter. So that's on Wind Alert Storm Nicholas. I'll link it here. Anyway, all right. Lots to watch. We'll see if we get a hurricane or not. Right. All right. Basic radar scope is $10.99 a year, Alex. Holy moly! How did I pay so much? I don't know what the hell. I probably got the pro version or something. Let's see here. Did I delete it? Let me see. Here it is. Google Play order. Radar Scope Pro Tier 2 monthly, $14.99 a month. That's a lot of money. A year. I must have the Pro version, Shelly. Yep, that's all right. It's all good. Have a good day, Whitney. Yep, appreciate it. You too. I saw both Whitneys. Look at that. So we got... it's interesting watching this thing. But hey, there's no surprises. This thing isn't going to pull anything too crazy as far as winds go. I mean, we could see a little deepening pressure, but that's the great thing about the hurricane hunters. They watch this in real time and constantly getting center fixes and real time data. Pressure, hanging on, nothing crazy yet with the pressure dropping. So we're not seeing this thing develop too quick. Good news. All right. Rock and roll. All right, look at this. Baseball's fun. Emily got a Brett Phillips shirt. Man, she was so excited. Hey, I did get some stickers I wanted to share real quick. I meant to share these the other day. I'm going to wait till the beginning of the show when everybody's... Well, I'll show them now. What the heck. So these are cool, man. This is Salty Humans. I don't know who they are. But hey, Salty Humans. They mailed me some cool stickers. Salty Humans. So it's a beach company. I got a bunch of stickers. I think Emily took some already. Darn it. Here's some more. So appreciate that, by the way. Yeah, Emily took a bunch of them. And we got some, it's Pensacola Beach. Oh, it might be fire. I had a guy emailing me from Pensacola. But appreciate that. She took some of them. Here we go. Salty Humans. It's always cool. They were mailed to my... Look at this one. It's Salty Humans, Pensacola Beach. So, hey, thank you. I'm putting them on. I'm starting a Mike's Weather Page cooler with all these cool stickers, man. I'm a salty human. I love salty human. So, the fire department logo, mind the guy. Yeah, I think I know who it is, but he didn't sign his name. So, all right. Well, it was great. Good. Rick, you're going to be chasing? Yeah, I'm not driving up there for that because I don't know if you're going to get anything or not. Let's look at the latest H-Wharf real quick. Latest 12Z's not out yet. So I already showed it, I think. But it was around 991, 995. So at least nothing's showing up too crazy strong. So cool. Hey, Rich Hall, what's up, buddy? Baseball's fun. The new cooler, Shelly. Great idea. I'm looking at the new cooler. You can see it right down there. Look. See it? There's the cooler. See it over there? There's the cooler. I got my boxes almost stocked. Softball. James, I was asking about you the other day. Baseball's great. Emily had a hell of a weekend. The coolest thing ever. Oh, I got to brag now. I hate bragging about her, but I got to brag about her. So she had a shutout. Emily Bolin didn't allow a single run, 6-inning game. She had 7 strikeouts, not 1 walk, 2 hits. But the cool thing was Michelle Smith. That was her tournament. She congratulated her, which is so cool for Emily. So Michelle Smith, thank you. She's a big dog in the softball world, ESPN gold medalist. She said she's a baller. That's awesome. I did do a little video I got to finish putting up here, but oh, that ain't it. I'll have to see if I can open it real quick. I always do the highlight reel. Man, James, that's not good news. Hope you're doing all right, man. We were thinking of you. Jeez. Fast pitch, James. Yes. All right, let me show you this now. So these are highlights from this weekend. I'm gonna put them out there. You know, I like to. I'm her recruiter. So she's a 2024 sophomore. So this is the game. She had 7 strikeouts. Check these plays out. All right, 7 strikeouts. That's pretty cool. So there's one. Had a little curve to it. It wasn't the best curveball. There's a nice screwball. Ooh, that's a changeup. Kind of caught her off guard. A little curveball there. That was like a little drop curve. There's a little, and then that was the one she fielded. She's a great fielder. Boom! Look at that one. I could watch her play all day. And then there's another strikeout. And then the last one was a changeup. And then this is a shortstop. She plays pretty good shortstop. She only got to play a few innings, but she had some good play. I don't put the errors on her. She did have 1 error, but this is a hard hit. That's her playing short. A good play right there. So she had 3 good outs. Here's another out at shortstop. She sees the ball good. She had some good hits. She's been batting .400 now since our season started. 23 plate appearances since 8/21, batting .400. This one hit the fence. She's had 2 over the fence home runs now. That one actually hit the fence about 5 foot short. Our coach said the fences were farther back than normal too. I just put that one on her because it was a hard hit. And then here's some more pitches that she had this weekend. That was up the middle, hard hit. Defense, girl. And a few more strikeouts. These are other games that she played this weekend. A couple of them she didn't play the whole game. She only played like an inning or 2. But the changeup was just wicked this weekend. Screwball kills them. And that was a little low ball. So there you go. That's for you, James. I knew you'd be asking. It was hot too, man. But thanks everybody for letting me watch her. I don't know if she's that good, Joel, for the Olympics. But hey, you know, as long as she can play somewhere. Man, you never know, man. She's got a good mental game. Not always the fastest, but she is probably hitting 56, 7 now, maybe. I don't know, but you guys know. I mean, from day one, I've been sharing her stuff from forever ago. The long-term fans of our page knows that we grew up watching her softball. Let me see. Like, I was sharing her stuff back in Little League days. Like, let me show you some crazy stuff. Look how little she was. This is so cool, man.
Today's Monday, April 21st. And Emily's starting 11 days.
This is 2014. Oh, I can't play music. I'm going to get kicked off Facebook. But I even have her first year, 2012. I can't play the music because it's Bob Seger. But I have all these videos of her from even day one, like playing. She was 6 years old. Look at that. So, hey, one day it'll be fun. She'll play all this stuff. The best thing is I got Against the Wind playing Bob Seger, and it's so cool, but I don't think Facebook would let me play it. So, anyway, it's been fun. And my mom and dad were there this weekend. 83-81, man. Live every day. All right, Greg, no crying in baseball. That's right. So it was fun. But hey, I appreciate you guys letting me share that. You guys know I love the time that we get to spend with her. So anyway, all right. Well, lots to watch. Websites updated, apps updated. I mean, there's really nothing else other than watching real time. You know, there's not going to be any big surprises. There's a lot of shear, so we might see slow pressure drop. Big rain is going to be the story into Louisiana. Don't get caught off guard with a landfall in Texas. This thing's still going to be pulling up a ton of Gulf moisture. We have a lot of precipitable water out there. In fact, let's just look at the big map here, because you'll be able to see Invest 95 on here too. Starting to spin a little bit. But a ton of moisture pulling up from the actually Pacific too, you can argue. And here's our new systems taking shape out here. But just a ton of moisture out there. So have the canoe ready. All right. So, hey, we'll be live tomorrow. Maybe tonight if things change. This thing could be making landfall tonight. I don't know. But I got nothing to do today. I'll sit in front of the computer all day updating. I got to do some work on the website. So we'll be here tracking it. So have a great day. Right? We'll see you guys for sure tomorrow. 9/19. Thanks to all the supporters out there, by the way. We're getting things caught up. Shelly and Sandy. So be patient with us. We got the koozies on order. The shirt's almost done. We'll start taking sizes, and hopefully in the next month have everything mailed out to the yearly supporters. And if you want to support the page, I got a link right here. Shameless plug, but right there, be a supporter and get some perks. There you go. So, all right.